India is not just a land of gods and goddesses, but also superstition, ghosts, and other paranormal activities. In this series, I'll attempt to narrate all these experiences that I have incurred, all for the people around me. It is up to you to believe in everything or not. Before those stories, let me give you a brief description of types of paranormal entities lurking in the dark. First of all, I'll give you in chronological order. It's Bhoot, Brittney, Terrell, Diane, Shakini, Rakshas, Mohini, Pret, Jinn or Genie. So I'll be telling you a little bit about each and every one of them, and please beware that these stories come from my own experiences and from my ancestral stories. These are passed from generation to generation, so these are 100% true. There is no reason for anybody to lie. So the first paranormal entity in our list is Bhoot. Well, Bhoot in Sanskrit means the past or a being of past. Well, basically Bhoot is a spirit or derived from a person's soul. But what happens is, in Hindu mythology, when one dies, he is supposed to attain moksha. But due to his own personal deeds or his own personal hunger for wealth or for some other deeds or for some other fantasies, he tries to hold on to the planet Earth or to the this domain, and he continues to exist. These ghosts have the capacity to possess anybody, are generally violent, but they were the entities of human beings. They were the one entities which walked on this earth. Second entity on our list is Brittney. Well, Brittneys are nothing more than spirits which were of a young girl or a girls which failed to get married. These girls either committed suicide or had untimely death in an accident or some other controversy. Now what happens is, when these females have a desire left inside them of living a human life or completing her human task of getting satisfied in physically, so these beings take the form of Brittney. Now what they do is they seduce young men to have physical relationships with them. They have reverse feet, their heel side is in front and the finger side is inside the on back. So these are Brittneys. They are very vicious. Next on our list is Terrell. Well, there is a huge difference between a Terrell and a Brittney. When a Brittney is supposed to be an unmarried girl, a Terrell is somebody who died during childbirth. So they are vicious. They seduce men, and they also have a reverse feet. Terrells are supposed to be the ones who also carry and capture the souls of various people, and they also perform black magic. It is very difficult to control a Terrell, and they have an ability to suck your life, you suck your blood and make you old, or suck your life cycle, life form, and make you old and make you weak. A typical case of a Terrell will take hardly 1 week to 10 days to suck the life out of a person. They are very prone to have physical relations, and they can be very vivacious. Next on the list is Diane. Well, a Diane is a human being, a lady who started off by practicing good magic, then she turned into practicing black magic. It is also said that these Dianes, they capture and kidnap children and suck their blood to increase their life. These Dianes have been practicing witchcraft and black magic for over the years, and they can have powers of flying, etc. They can live up to 1,000 of years, till the time they get fresh blood of children. These Dianes in Indian society have been found from the very early ages. Well, next in the list is a Shakini. Shakini is an entity which is formed when a lady who died just after marriage comes back into existence or comes back alive. So what happens is, she has a very high sex drive and she seduces young men. She has the power to seduce not only young men but also old men. Along with that, she can possess living bodies of females so that she can do her dirty work. And a person who is possessed by a Shakini will have terrible eye pain, body pain, and especially on the rib side, on this side. Next in the list are Rakshas. Well, if you take any Hindu mythological book or a holy book, you will find a description of Rakshas. Well, what are Rakshas? Rakshas are the opposites of gods. Wherever there is evil, there is good. Wherever there is good, there is evil. So Rakshasas are known to be the other part of gods. So they are very powerful. They are extremely powerful, and only gods can defeat them. Some of the famous Rakshasas were Ravan, okay, they were described in a Holy Ramayana. And these Rakshas have the ability to transform. These Rakshas can live up to 1,000 years, 1,000 years. They are highly educated. They have a very good verse. They have a very good language. They have a very good ability to control and manipulate everything. They have a hypnotic abilities, so that they can mind control anybody and anyone. Rakshas also have a power of granting boon to anybody. Next in list is Mohini. Mohini is also known in the Western terms as succubus. Well, if you go through the Hindu mythological books, you will find more about Mohini. What actually Mohini means is Moh means to please, a female that pleases. Vishnu took a Mohini avatar to lure the Rakshasas, so that they give up the elixir. Okay, so technically Mohini is a person or a demon or a entity which is there to to please you. But the evil entity which is also known as Mohini is a spirit of a lady which died very young, which was not able to attain her full age. She never even got a chance to get married or have a married life. So what happens is, these females, these souls, these deprived souls take a form of a lady, of this entity Mohini, and they possess the ladies, and then they try to achieve everything. They will possess a body up to 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, and still they take another body and go on. So Mohinis are extremely powerful. They are just there to enjoy the worldly pleasures and leisures. Next in line are Pretas. Well, Pretas are the entities which are formed when a cremation process is not completed successfully. In Hindu mythology, it is said that when a person dies, you are supposed to perform proper puja rituals, so that he is reborn again as another entity or as another human being in the next birth. But if cremation is not taking place, or there is some accidental death where the corpse or where the dead body is not found, these people come out to be Pretas. These Pretas can be somewhat, you can understand them somewhat as zombies. They are bodies, they come back. They are the souls which come back into their own bodies or some other bodies, just to get just to stick to the physical world. Okay, these are they human like, but they have very basic needs, like they'll eat like animals, they will eat feces. Okay, so these are very animalistic side of the dark world. Last in the list are the jinns or the genies. Well, since India is home to both Hindus and Muslims, we have kind of mixed culture over here. To understand jinns or genies, you have to understand that these are the things, these are the beings which have power, but they were never ever human. Okay, these can be good, bad, or evil. Like for example, I distinctly remember my friend who used to get a smell of flowers every time he used to visit home. And I used to ask him, how can you conclude that you have a genie in your house? So he used to tell me that he knows it for a fact because some Peer Baba has told him. And later on he came to find out that there were some pictures of some animals kept around his house, and that genie used to get attracted towards it. Luckily he was good, he didn't do any harm to anybody, but as soon as they got rid of the photos of the animals, the jinn also went away. So these are genies for you, and these are the paranormal creatures which are identified and very strongly known in the Indian society, in the Indian culture. Further, after this, the next video will have the stories which I have seen, the stories which I have experienced, or which have been experienced by my grandfather, grandparent, and there are these are my own personal experiences, so they are 100% real and 100% true. Like I said earlier, believing it is 100% up to you. Whether they are true or not, it's up to your understanding. Motu Laala signing off.